shout out LeBron, man. Like, he does really have one of, like, the best, like, memories in the NBA. Like, he doesn't forget a face.
He's an elephant, man. And he's
yeah.
almost the white elephant in the fact that he can't, like, he's one of those guys that as much as you want to hate on him, you just can't. Like, you know that he's at least top 2, and folks will make that debate. That's not what this podcast is for.
Yeah.
But at the same time, he's been in the limelight since he was 16.
Yeah.
And never been in trouble, never, like, had any of these issues.
He's
a little prima donna, but at the same time,
he's made some choices that have made him,
vilified.
That have vilified him a little bit. But
I get those too, and that's where we dislike him. But also, if AD doesn't hit that 3-pointer in the bow, dude, I mean, I know. So, like, there's a little bit of that, fuck you. But at the same time, you can't say that he didn't carry all those Cavs teams pre-Miami. I can understand why wouldn't you want to go from Akron/Cleveland to fucking Miami while you're worth $100 million and party on South Beach with your friends and your wife and your family, not getting any trouble. I'll have another cocktail. These things are flowing too well. Thank you. That's the great service at Cooper Lounge.
Yes.
But no, so I get why LeBron, like, you can cheer for him, but on the court, I loathe the man.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's easy to hate him, right? Yeah.
I get it. And it's
but
like,
you've met him. You're like, no, he's not
he's a genuinely nice person when I think surrounding the context of it. Absolutely.
All right, who was... Never mind, I won't do that to you. You still got to go back to work. All right, so we're going to dive. This next section is brought to you by the Eden Extracts crew. Go check them out at Cali's Cannabis. Just a quick 15-second ad read. It's a reminder that live rosin, it's a clean buzz. If you're looking to elevate your fade, that's the best way to do it. By trying better products, solventless, creative process, sustainable practices on the grow. This next question is called the Stoned Appetit question of the week. You're a lifelong native. Where's your favorite place to grab a happy hour cocktail?
Happy Camper.
Really?
Probably Happy Camper. I mean, it's kind of biased because they're like, I love everyone that works there.
Okay. That is fair.
I work with them, so like, I'd probably say Happy Camper. Besides that, back in the day, I would have said Rebel Social. That would have been my spot. I used to live right across the street from Rebel Social in Coopersville.
That was the Bachelor Boys?
Bachelor Bar, Chase McNary. That's my guy.
That's the one that DJs.
No. That's Blake. That's Blake
okay.
Yeah,
Chase McNary. Okay. I don't know them all, but the Bachelorette just started this week, and we have a Bachelorette bracket that we do through the page. So it's just fun things to engage with the community. We like to dick around and have fun, but we do have a hotbed of those motherfuckers. I know Ben, and I know him through our friends over at Mile High Spirits, excuse me. And they're a hoot and a holler, so every time I see them, it's a good time. But speaking of Mile High Spirits, I did this on purpose. It's a segue into, let's talk, before we leave here today, Mile High Spirits after party for the Avalanche?
The Avalanche, yes.
Is there an NDA that you had to sign?
There was not necessarily a formal NDA, but there was a no social media, I guess, sort of rule set in there, which I respected.
Was it awesome?
It was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome, and shout out the Avalanche. Craig Turney, he's the brains behind all the small things. He's the Avalanche DJ as well. He actually taught me a lot of how to do my job really well, especially for the Nuggets. But he does the in-arena stuff. I got asked to do that probably about 2 hours before I was
wondering, because obviously shout out to Britt and Rebel, because they seem to be up there. But, they throw a party together. Wynn and Chelsea, it's a fun time. We did the blackout brunch, and they always seem to have a good party going on up there.
And like I said, it was so random. I was chilling on the couch, getting music ready for, the next couple of weeks, and about to start, getting into the studio for the day, and getting done with the studio for the day. And I got a call from a buddy of mine, Steven over at Mile High, and he was like, or not Steven, actually, Chase called me. Chase Campbell, shout out Chase, Mile High, they're the best people. Chase called me and was like, hey man, I just got off the phone with Landis Cogg's wife. They want to rage. And I was like, so you need a DJ? And he said, yeah. And I was
Yeah, right? Like, you don't have to twist my arm in that one. That's fantastic.
I'm there. And he's like, can you be here in an hour? I was like, yeah. Say less. I'm there. I showed up, and I didn't really know what to expect, being at the Avs are my hockey team, but, like, I don't necessarily, like, work for the Avs. I work for the Nuggets, so it felt like I see them in the arena all the time and around the city, but, like, I never, like, really get to, like, DJ for them because it's more of, the Avs DJ's gig. And, getting that was very, like, surreal because my entire life growing up was based around the Sakic and Forsberg.
Yeah, I mean, growing up with the teams that were regularly competitors.
Yeah, those are the, like, some of my most cherished core memories were when we won that 2001 Stanley Cup.
Goldberg, Conway, Eisen,
It's
Banks.
It's kind of come full circle. DJing has allowed me to DJ.
That is fucking cool as shit.
It was pretty
Yeah.
cool, man.
All right. I wanted to find a way to slide that in there. I know we were told that you can't say much, but
just out of respect.
but they went on a fucking rapid tear.
I mean, social media is just wrecking that. Right
but
now.
they're loving it as well. Like
Absolutely.
Eric Johnson may be, if you're not following _6 Eric with a K Johnson 6.
Pure entertainment.
It is just the best social media content all summer long. Like, there's nothing better. He is in the zone, I guess would be the best way to describe it. And
he is a Stanley Cup champion.
Yeah, and I think they celebrate harder than any of the other champions.
I think that's a fair thing to say. I think hockey is, they have the best trophy in sport.
It is, and it's very accommodating to trying to party because you can bring fans in, and you hear it from every town. Like, they're like, people are like, yeah, the trophy was at the bar last night. And you heard it across Denver. It was a wave last week. So, I mean, I couldn't agree more that they're champions and they deserve to be. So, party as such.
Yeah.
That's exactly, like, I would party until the day before. Yeah.
As soon as next season, I mean,
rollerblade to the bar, call it a day.
Yeah, right. Get your legs moving.
Yeah. Well, before we get our legs moving here today, we have a couple questions we like to ask all of our guests. We got your happy hour favorites. We know you work most nights, but what was the last date night? You want to give a shout out to a restaurant?
Last date night, probably Uchi.
It's one of the best happy hours in town, too.
Gosh, man, it's so good. Uchi is a great spot that we go to pretty regularly. Jinya, right across the street over here, ramen, solid date night spot.
Interesting. We haven't done that for a date night. Yeah.
Yeah. Me and my girlfriend absolutely love it.
Okay, word.
Uncle, obviously. That's another good spot. I guess Happy Camper is a good date
There you
spot
go.
as well.
You
That's
do
a good
you.
spot.
Well, okay, you did well on that one. I'll allow it. So these are the tough questions that we ask every week. Usually Chris would do these, so I'm going to try to do it to the best of my ability. The first question is, let's say you had a long night. You DJ'd till 2, 3 in the morning. You get home, you just want to catch a fade, eat a snack, and go to bed. What's that guilty pleasure, old reliable, late night snack you have in the refrigerator, the pantry, or the freezer that you can always go to that you love?
That's a great question. I would probably have to say, I mean, this is, granted, I have this snack on hand. Any snack?
Well, it's the one that you most likely have at the house.
Okay. It's probably either a goldfish variety or
The white cheddar's really good.
I love Funyuns.
Do you keep those in-house? Because I feel like those are the small 16-ounce, like you grab them like at a grocery store or on a road trip.
Munchie before, a night like that, you get home, whatever. It would probably be something like that.
That's fair. You gave it 2 ways. You gave it, that's fair. And Funyuns are like, if you see it like at a snack, like you're getting a sandwich, you're like, oh shit, I hadn't had a Funyun in a minute. Right. It's not one you keep in-house like. No, it's usually tortilla chips because you're relying on a dip in the fridge these days.
You know what actually I would probably say is always on hand in my pantry is probably the peanut butter pretzel from Trader Joe's.
Oh, the little clusters?
Yeah.
Those things fuck hard.
Man,
Those are good.
so slimy.
And you can get those at any grocery store. The ones from King Soopers also slap as well.
Yes.
All right.
Anywhere.
Yeah, that's a good point. All right, so here's the tough question that Chris always delivers well, and I'm going to butcher. It's called The Last Supper. You get to have 3 guests, dead or alive, join you for your last night on Earth, but they cannot be friends or family. Who will they be, and what are we doing?
Probably dinner and a night out. That would be my...
Well, yeah, that's...
It'd be a dinner and then following like a... I mean, it'd have to be like a send. You know, you'd have to go pretty hard if you knew you were going to die, right? But I'm debating. I'm like, would this be a night that I would like drink away my sorrows, or would it be a night that's like enjoy the company that I'm with? So I guess it would depend on where I'm at age-wise in my life. But if I had to choose the 3 people that were with me, I would probably say John Lennon.
Why?
I am an absolute Beatles.
Is this
fan.
pre-Yoko? Or
Pre-Yoko?
or before,
Pre-Yoko
just
John
before he got shot in the face?
Yeah. Pre-Yoko John Lennon.
I bet that's a pretty cool John Lennon.
Yeah. It'd be probably John Lennon. He'd probably bring some crazy stories, and I don't know. That's a tough to think about the other 2. Maybe Leonardo DiCaprio.
Okay, that's a good one.
And Steve Carell.
Ooh.
That would be my 3, I think.
Are you a big Office guy?
Absolutely massive.
Dude, it's so fucking great.
It's the best show that's ever been on TV.
When they took it off of Netflix and made me have to go get Peacock.
Yeah, and like, I don't know, I felt like I was like forced to make that decision.
I know, and it was very disappointing. All right, give me your top 3 Office episodes.
Wow, okay. That's tough.
I'll throw one out there, you throw one out there. The dinner party.
Dinner party's great. With the plasma TV.
Yeah.
Have you seen the outtakes from that episode?
No, I don't
Please
think.
watch the outtakes of that.
Okay.
John Krasinski is an absolute riot. Yes, that might be one of them. I'd probably say the health and safety episode in season 1.
Where he
It's like-
rips the face off.
Yes, that one. That might not be season 1. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Where they're doing the
It's the
song.
CPR body.
Yeah, it's a little later because Andy's in it because he starts singing.
I'd probably also say the Dwight, you ignorant slut, where Michael's on the roof and talking about ending his life.
Oh, and he throws the watermelon.
Yeah.
He's like, call the lawyer. Yeah, he's like, that's Stanley's. Call our lawyer.
Yeah, that episode, and then honestly, I'm a sap, so I'm gonna say the episode where Jim proposes to where Michael proposes to Holly and says he's gonna leave the office.
That is the one with all the with all the
All
candles.
the candles.
Okay.
That is one of my favorite episodes. But there's too many, man.
There's so many good ones. I mean, the fact that Comedy Central doesn't play Diversity Day anymore.
Yeah, that's a great episode though.
That first season before Steve Carell got his hair plugs, when they were like,
Yeah.
let's see if this works.
Yeah.
It's kind of the mentality it felt like.
Yeah.
And they were like, I mean, it was a different time, but you could just push the envelope a little bit. I also liked the early days before Jim and Pam truly got together.
Yeah, me too.
I don't know if it's because, for whatever reason, but she became too momish and like ruined like the antics of the office,
Yeah.
whereas she used to be more of an accomplice than she became more of a warden.
True.
But
Once her and Jim kind of got together, that definitely made her a little less fun, I guess you could say.
yeah, she got more serious.
I was
But
really disappointed in real life when I found out that John Krasinski and
Emily
Emily
Blunt.
is his wife, but Pam, her name,
Jenna Fisher.
Jenna Fisher. I was really bummed when Jenna Fisher, and when I found out that Jenna Fisher and John Krasinski never gave it a shot in real life.
I'm not necessarily sure where I stand on that because I'm not a Hollywood person, so I don't know. Like they could break like every 15 seconds, so like they're like there's no actual like chemistry ever like truly more